Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. In our new episode of our Travel Time series, we've got a crucial game for you. It really is crunch time now, with clashes against both Brighton and Hull. Yes, we'll be showing you two games in this episode, and the reason being is, like I mentioned, it's crunch time. We are in 18th. We will be playing Brighton today. If we beat them, we do go above them, finally out of the relegation zone. And we also face Hull, who are also our relegation battlers, really. Fulham have been confirmed as being relegated champions. Manchester United have won the Premier League with 3 games to spare. Arsenal failing to, challenge them, really. And they've 7 points ahead, 3 games to go. Fair play to United. In terms of what happened since the last episode, now what I do need to apologise for is that I did tell you guys I'll be back for the Bournemouth game. Now what happened was that I got too excited by a win against Stoke, the 2-1 win, that I just carried on to the Bournemouth one. I completely forgot I played it, and then I decided to might as well play for the City game because it wasn't really a relegation type of thing. I mean, we did need the win, of course, but it wasn't really the same as playing against Brighton Hull. So I thought I'd just do an episode where I show you how we play against Brighton Hull, see how things go. But yeah, since that last episode against Wolves, we did beat them 1-0, of course. If you didn't see it, then definitely check it out. Andre Ponce scoring, new signing. But we did lose 4-1 to Arsenal, disappointing game. The Watford one was incredible, 6-5 loss to Watford. And really, it was just insane, poor defending on both teams and amazing attacking on both teams. Eventually, it did end in Watford's favour, unfortunately for us. But yeah, we've throughout these games we've learned things. The 7-0 defeat against West Ham. These type of games teach you things, and unfortunately, we didn't learn against Fulham, but we did manage to beat Stoke and Bournemouth, which were huge wins, of course, keeping us up to date with the trying to survive from a relegation, basically, because we could have been relegated ourselves. And then the City 0-0 draw. We did actually keep up with them throughout the game, and they did have John Stones sent off. We did have 2 clear-cut chances to City's 1, but unfortunately for us, we couldn't take our chances, but fortunately for us, City didn't take theirs either. So it did end 0-0 draw. I guess it's kind of a fair result, but really today is when it's really crunch time. Brighton in 17th and Hull in 19th. The 2 teams, one above us, one below us. Can we beat both of them in today's game? This is the team we'll be going with here for today's game, of course, and we'll see how things go in the next game as well. But for now, this is who we'll be kicking off with: Cancelo, Sorensen, Makismovic, Fuchs, Mahrez, Chalobah, Hendricks, Huampi, Vardy and Baston. Of course, this team hopefully should be enough for our relegation rivals. If we win here, if we beat Brighton, not only do we defeat them and get the 3 points, but we also climb our relegation zone and 1 point ahead of them. So very, very crucial game. I was tempted to start off as attacking, but I don't know, I guess maybe I'm feeling the nerves myself, but I thought, we played well on the counter against City. Let's play on the counter again and see what happens here. The odds are in Brighton's favour, and I think, odds expert thinks we're the ones who should be winning today's game, but let's see how it goes. They are playing 4-2-3-1, always dangerous against a 4-4-2. So maybe playing on the counter might be a bit smart, but we'll see how things go. We'll always have the potential to switch things up, to switch things around, and maybe we'll see something good here. Now, of course, as the guy says, it's all about supporters today, but let's try and inspire the boys here. Hopefully it's not too much pressure if I say this. Alright, some of them have switched off, some of them have agreed, so who can, let's see what happens, basically. But yeah, and let's try and not forget this time to put the goals on highlight. I think we can pretty much skip this here. But yeah, with the new signings, I think I'm pretty okay with the new signings. I think some of them have played quite decently. I think some of the players are playing much better now than they did initially at the start. I actually forgot to show you guys, so we've completely got rid of the deeper defensive line, but we have stuck with our narrow width. It seems to have helped us and stopped the goals from coming in, and we just seem to play a little bit better with it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we are in the break here through Vardy, so hopefully he can do something, and he managed to win a foul. He manages to win a foul against Stipe, and Wampi's going to try and put a good ball into the box. Mahrez through. And he finally capitalizes. Is he onside? He is onside apparently, and thankfully we've scored the first goal. And I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but the point is we are 1-0 up against Brighton away from home. And I can't believe he missed the initial chance, but fair play for him. Fair play to him for scoring the second, and the goalkeeper barely could get up in time there. And we are 1-0 up within the first minute, and the players know how big of an occasion this is. Thankfully, they've made the most of it. I think I already did tell Hendricks to man mark him. Alright. I need to relax a little bit, I need to calm down. But with this highlight, it's a bit nervy. Vardy, can he find someone? Instead, it's a poor pass to Boya. Duffy and Knockout are going to lead the way through Brighton's counter-attack. Cancelo, though, shuts it down. He finds Wampi. Somehow, he finds Wampi, but he manages to head it down, so that's decent. And Fuchs is the one who finally finds Boya, but he's outnumbered. And March is going to lead Brighton's march. He's going to go all the way here. No, he finds Griffiths instead. Knockout, he's going to try and score. Oh, Hendricks, how can you give away a penalty? Not in a time like this. Robert Madley not interested in the protest, and now it really is on Zila's shoulders to save us from a relegation. Unfortunately, you can't do that. It is 1-1 against Brighton, and we'll need more than just a draw here. 2 clear-cut chances to Brighton's 1, but unfortunately, it is 1-1. At least he guesses the right way. I guess just not good enough of a jump, or maybe the shot was too powerful. Either way, 1-1. It's still early, to be fair. No need to panic. But it is Brighton starting this highlight here. Can we hit them on the counter? Can we win the ball back here? Come on, boys. Chalobah. Instead, this Murphy long-range shot. And he scores. I'm tempted to do a knee-jerk reaction and go on the attack. But we need to try and relax here. What a goal that is. But poor by us for not closing down. Who's supposed to be marking him? Zila again guesses the right way, but can't do anything about that. But thankfully there's an immediate highlight. I'm just hoping that it's actually in our favour. Also, the players still obviously knocked the ball forward to Boria a lot, but not as stupidly as before. As I say that happens, of course, commentators curse. But Wampi takes all his men on. Can he put good ball into the box? Unfortunately, can't. But yes, it is Brighton on the counter here. Griffiths really leading the way, and Mark Smith giving it to Knockhart instead. I'm like, if you realise I can't say that name, so oh well. If we get into half time here with 2-1, things aren't looking good for us, and I will have to switch to an attacking mode eventually. And with Brighton taking on, all right, they're just going nuts on us right now at this point. So I think it's pretty much about time for us to. What a ball that is, but Vardy's offside. I think it's about time for us to switch. We'll go attacking. Just need to remind Hendricks to keep an eye out on their advanced playmaker. And hopefully this doesn't make us, more open to conceding, but rather more likely to score. Hendricks has had a horrible game, of course, after conceding that penalty. And come on, boys, we need something here. There's an immediate highlight to my decision, so hopefully it's in our favour. Boya finds Vardy through. What an idiot. He was blocked, but that should be scored without that. That's a clear-cut chance. That's the third one of our game. And again, my teams are always not clinical. And unfortunately, we should be 3-1 up by the amount of clear-cut chances. Or at least 2-1 up. But unfortunately, it's the other way around. And Brighton are ahead here. I think I have every right to be upset with my players. I think I will be aggressive. Definitely not good enough. Try and motivate them despite that. Tempted to take players off, but too many poor performers to take them off. And I don't want to make all 3 changes at half time. Vardy, of all people, letting us down when we desperately need him is so disappointing. Definitely going to make changes within the 60th minute. I wouldn't be afraid to make 3 changes then, that's fine. But I'm hoping after this, this team talk, they'll be spurred on. Hendricks just getting a yellow there. He's just breaking down now at this point. Definitely going to be taking him off for Danny Drinkwater. Not much has been left over from the Leicester side that, starts this series. And that's just how many managers they've gone through and how many players have gone through, really. But that's it. It's the 60th minute here. No improvement. And look at how many players are under 6.5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm supposed to make 3 changes only. Hendricks definitely off for Drinkwater. Vardy, I'm sorry, just such a poor game. I'm going to have to bring on Andre Ponce. And then either one of Fuchs or Cancelo. I'm going to move Cancelo to Fuchs' side because he can actually play there and take off Fuchs for Danny Simpson. And hopefully, that somehow spurs us on to do better. 2-1 defeat is exactly not what we needed. Or exactly what we didn't want, rather. That's a bit weird English. But anyways, we have to move on. And I'm going to go one step further. Go into an attacking 4-2-4. Drinkwater, you still have to keep an eye out on their attacking midfielder who's been causing us all sorts of trouble. And maybe the boys can do something here. The highlight starts in Brighton's favour. Will it end in their favour? Can we win the ball back? No, we can't. And Griffiths punishes us for being too attacking. And what a poor performance from the boys. I'm not even sure if this result relegates us. I don't think it does just yet because there is still 2 more games. But poor is an understatement, really. Not over yet though. I'm still being hopeful for some reason. But the clock ticking down here does not look pretty for Leicester. We got a chance here though. Juanpi. Markovic scores, and that's incredible for us here. 15 minutes to go. Can we turn it around still? Just gets away from his marker, who's done a poor job, to be honest. To be fair to Brighton's goalkeeper, he gets there, but yeah, thankfully it's not good enough. And we just need one more to at least equalise and keep us within reach. I'm going to have to go into overload now. And I'm just going to have to try and go attacking with all these players. I'm actually going to play Mahrez. No, keep him as a winger. Forget it. I was going to play him as an inside forward, but that means switching the fullbacks to wingbacks, and I don't want that to be that exposed. But yeah, if you're playing overload, you're always going to be exposed. We just need that one more goal. Can we do it? There's enough time, boys. Come on, believe. Everyone getting yellow cards here. Nope. Not enough. Mahrez, one more good ball in the box. Not good enough again. That's it. It's what we deserve, really. Click-up chances aren't everything, and I think disappointing without a doubt. There is still 2 games left. And that would mean we'd need to win both of ours, and Brighton would have to lose 1 and draw 1. I think we can't even afford them drawing because of our goal difference and how poor it is. So we would need Brighton. But what a blow that is! That's actually such a blow. I'm actually really upset right now. But you know, we just have to move on. I think rather than simming through a week of up until the Hull game, I think I'll just meet you guys in a moment, basically. So hold on there, and I'm sure the recording will just carry on, but just give me a second. Yep, I'll be back. Alright guys, welcome back again, and just to give you an idea on how serious today's game is against Leicester, against Hull. If we were against ourselves, that would be really surprising. Brighton have already lost their game, alright, which they had against Chelsea. Okay, they lost 2-0 away from home, but they're playing Southampton as well, who'd be loving to avoid relegation themselves. They're in 16th, so 2 very serious games they've got to play. Thankfully, we've got Hull to play, who have already been relegated. So they don't have anything to play for other than, pride. So we really don't have an excuse to lose today's game. We should be winning it, no draws, no losses. And then obviously we have the Swansea in the last game of our season here. And, they do have something to play for, to be fair to them, but then again, not so much. They've got 1 game left, 42 points, they won't climb up too much. Without a doubt, they're not being relegated. 2 games left is 6 points, so they're safe. The only team who aren't safe is Brighton. And so that's pretty much the whole scenario around the relegation. We've made some changes to our team. We bring on Ponce instead of Vardy, who had a horrible game. We've taken off both fullbacks, both had horrible games, as well as Hendricks, so we've switched those around. and Drinkwater, Ponce, Gibbs and Simpson come in. Hopefully they can do us proud instead, rather than how the players did in, you know, the beginning of in the game against Brighton, rather than beginning of whatever. Anyways, the teams are warming up, and like I always say, with my laptop, they take a little longer to warm up than they do with others. Don't warm up too much, boys, you'll hurt yourselves. Anyways, the odds are in our favour. Hull have found it difficult, so the odds expert thinks that he's going to have to go for a Leicester home win. I would say the same. 4-1-4-1 versus a 4-4-2. It's really the battle of counter-attacks. So the boys, you know, I'm just going to say we need the win. That's what I'm going to tell them. Expectations are for us to win. And pressure's on for the boys here, but they need to perform as they walk out of the tunnel and face a Hull side who've already been relegated, and it's on them to try and win this game. Hull have had the better of the opening few minutes here, which is concerning. Our midfield is of course outnumbered. This isn't really new news, Tommy. But yeah, it looks like we've grown into the game a little bit. We had a half chance here, but no highlights, and that's disappointing. I think Hull are just going to go, they're going to try and cruise through the game and play for the point. But I'm going to have to tell my players that I'm not happy. I'm sorry, but a draw is just not enough, boys. I know you're feeling the pressure. It's only one of you who are feeling nervous, to be fair. No horrible performance, some quiet ones, but no horrible ones. I think at this rate, we're just going to have to switch attacking. We can't afford to waste any more time. Hull have had more shots and more on target, and we're just looking really blunt right now. And Baston having poor game, gonna have to take him off. Mahrez, calm down a bit, boy. Gonna get sent off in a game that we really need to win. Oh, not you two, Gibbs. Oh, you idiot. To tell you to calm down as well. That's great. Alright, now substitutions hopefully save the game. Gibbs, you're gonna have to go off for being an idiot. Baston, take you off for Vardy. Vardy, please make up for the last game. Ponce, you need to improve as well. And really, it's Mahrez as the last choice here. I think I'll have to take him off. You know what? Actually, let me show some faith in him. Give him a couple bit more minutes here. But if he's not any better within the 70th minute, then just gonna have to take him off as well. Especially because he's on the yellow, but we need some improvement from the boys here. So we're going to be doing just that. Mahrez improved a bit, but Charlotte was tired. Let me take him off. We'll keep you on, Mahrez, for improving. Come on, Barkley. Let's go 4-2-4. How can we not have a single highlight in 17 minutes? What the hell have Hull done? Alright, Vardy, done well to win the free kick. Can we see it? No? Anything? Right. Let's see whether going into overload will help. God's sake. Tempted to drop the line deep and see if that helps, just to draw them out a little bit. Or do I push up and go full on attacking? We're already quite high ourselves now. Go deep and see if that pulls them out or draws them out a little bit. Oh, don't tell me it ends like this. Don't tell me not a single highlight, not anything. Ball to box, shoot on sight. Oh, come on, not like this. Not like this. Leicester City have been relegated. And I'm not sure. Okay, well, apparently I think the board think that they're still going to keep me on for some reason. But I've said from the start this is about staying in the top leagues. They're satisfied for some reason, but I'm going to be leaving right now. Actually, I don't think there's any reason for me to play the last game. And there you have it. The whole point is not to drop into lower leagues, so we'll be dropping to Championship. I can't do that. To be honest, I wouldn't have minded to stay with them, but can't do it. There's no available jobs at the moment, but I'm sure they'll free up in just a minute. But the only league we haven't managed in just yet is the Italian league, and I'll be keeping an eye on some jobs over there. And I would love to actually continue in the Premier League, see what happens. It was really interesting with Leicester. They finally start to buy into my philosophy towards the end there. Unfortunately, just not good enough. I think, you know, we started to eventually do... let me see where we took over them. So we took over them... When did we take over them? Okay, we definitely didn't play in the Quarter Cup final. I think it was just after this Hull game. I think we started off... Or did we start off in the Hull game? I think we did start off with the Hull game, or was it Tottenham? Actually no, the first game was Tottenham. That was a tough game. That's why I was saying it only gave me a day to prepare. They fired their man on the 29th. They hired me on like the 30th of December. And yeah, we had 6 months, but not enough. Look at that. Look at how many reds are there. And look at that horrible goal difference as well. It's just not enough. But we did win in some key points, you know. We beat Sunderland, we beat Wolves, Stoke, Bournemouth. We tied with City. And, you know, we eventually start to get good in these last few games, but just not good enough. But yeah, I think that will be, of course, all for today's episode. God knows when we'll be back. We'll see which job we managed to get in the end. But if you did enjoy it, then please do hit the like button, of course, and subscribe for more daily Football Manager 2017 content. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching.